And MPs go back to Parliament tomorrow. It'll be the first time that the Prime Minister has faced MPs since he got that COVID fine that you mentioned. What's he going to say? What should he say?
Well, it's interesting. The Prime Minister looks like he's going to do a bit of a combination statement to Parliament tomorrow. He will address the fine, he will address Partygate more widely, but also he will try and move that conversation on, try and make it look like this is business as usual. It's a very busy week ahead for the Prime Minister. Of course, there's a lot on his plate and more that he's piling onto his plate as well, particularly in the realm of international and foreign affairs as well. But the Prime Minister will be trying to address this, although he's under considerable pressure because it's likely this is not the last time that he will need to address this. The fact of this particular gathering on the 19th of June 2020, the fact that reached the level of a fine has suggested to many people that this will not be the last one. Of course, let's not forget that this was a pretty innocuous, short event of people having a sing-song in the Cabinet room before a meeting. Indeed, the Prime Minister had a sing-song with school children at a primary school just a couple of hours beforehand. That didn't seem
He wasn't pouring
to
the drinks at the
rules.
primary school.
There's not a suggestion that there was drinks at this particular event, although there's a suggestion at other events that there are drinks, which is why the fact that this particular event, one that actually appeared in the newspapers the following day and no one seemed to mind at the time, the fact that this relatively low-level event seems to have reached the threshold for a COVID fine suggests that there will be more on the way, and that might become more politically difficult for the Prime Minister. If there's this sense of a drip of further fines, if he needs to address this again and again in Parliament, and then when the police investigation finally concludes, Sue Gray's report ultimately coming out with all the gory details for everyone to see, finally, after it has been delayed and delayed and delayed, and the Prime Minister making a further statement in Parliament, as he's promised to do upon the publication of that report, well, things could get more difficult for the Prime Minister down the road.